What am I even doing? My brain is done. Okay, hi guys, and welcome back to the What Am I Even Doing podcast. I'm your host, Kenzie, as always. And here we back. As you can tell, I'm still rusty. Anyways, so we're back for the second week in a row, obviously, because here I am. And I just wanted to say thank you for your support and for coming back and waiting for me and all the love and everything. I wanted to give a little bit of an update through the week because I didn't really do that in the last episode, just simply because, um, just simply because I was trying to be like, oh, guess who's back? Back again, am I right? Um, raise your hand if you're a millennial. I think we all are, actually. So, anyways, yeah, I am realizing as I'm reading this outline right now, in this very moment, that I kind of talked about this stuff already in the last episode, but I think I want to go a little bit more in depth into it. So, I'm going to do that and we're going to hope for the best. So, as for updates for you last week, again, like I said in the last one, I went to the observatory. That was so effing sick, my guy. It was Easter today. It was Easter today. I don't really know if I celebrate Easter. I mean, I used to as a kid and all of that, but I haven't dyed eggs in like a long time. I should just do it to ignite my inner child. And that would be, yeah, no, that would be like a good idea, I think. Um, Maybe I'll talk to my girlfriend about it. I don't know if you guys know my girlfriend's name. Her name is Carter. I just call her my girlfriend over and over again. Yeah, no, my girlfriend's name is Carter, so I'm just gonna start using her name if that's cool with y'all. Y'all, where the fuck am I from? Oh my god. If that's cool with you all, not y'all. What the hell? I mean, some people can get away with saying y'all. I just don't think I'm one of them. So anyways, that was wild. Anyway, today, oh, I wanted to bring this back. You guys, when we first started potting together, um, I would talk about my bevy for the week, and I always have the same beverage these days, it seems, except for I think that next week, I think I'm recording in the morning, so you'll see me with coffee, I think, actually. So that could be fun. This week I just have my tried and true here, but it's not just regular water, it has electrolytes in it. Because, fun fact, I don't really like the taste of water. One. And two, I must drink electrolytes while on a GLP-1 because otherwise, TMI, I get constipated, I guess. I'm really open with you guys here, okay? I don't know what's going on with me. But it's fine because the more open we are, the better this is. Am I right? Oh, I wanted to bring back the pen microphone, but I need a name for it. The pennerphone? The the micro pen? That's the one. It's micro pen. Anyways, if you've been here for a while, welcome back to the micro pen. Anyway, so I'm drinking this beverage, which is boring, but it's kind of fun because it's at least flavored, right? Um, this week we have a podcast that I've kind of already done, uh, Romanticizing My Life, part two. Part two. And how I'm doing that. The thing is that romanticizing my life isn't actually working anymore. So we're not this is not going to be like the last episode where I gave you guys like tips and tricks on how to romanticize your life. This is going to be an episode in which I tell you ways to unromanticize because I feel like romanticizing my life kind of ruined my life. You know what I mean? Not okay. That's so dramatic. My life is not ruined. My life is fine. What I mean by this is it kind of like made me think that everything needed to be pretty. And while that was okay for a while, like when I first started this podcast, I was also doing like little short form for let's talk about how I don't know how to speak. Why does this always happen to me? Um I was doing like short form content, but it was still horizontal. Anyways, that's interesting. Which I think you guys have probably seen. If you haven't seen it, sucks because I took it down. No, I'll put it back up. Those are good ones. I like those. I just don't know where I'm gonna put them. Maybe on the Patreon. They'll be free, so you can go watch them if you want to. They might actually already be there. I'll have to go look. Um, anyway, so I was doing that, and I was like, the reason why I was doing it in the first place is 'cause I was so fucking depressed and like so not okay. And I look back at those things and I'm like, wow. I would like in the moment I would look back and I'd be like, wow, my life is like actually really pretty and like worth living. So, I was romanticizing my life because I felt like I kind of had no choice but to do that, you know? So, yeah, I continued to do that and continued to do that. And then it wasn't perfect enough and it didn't look pretty enough and it didn't feel authentic. And now here I am. And all I want to do is shit post. So it's just not romanticizing my life isn't working anymore. And it's also kind of like ruining any motivation that I have. God, my arms are sore from my workout yesterday. Speaking of working out, we're going to get into a small review of 75 Hard. I told you guys in the last episode that I failed 75 Hard, and I'm fine with it. Okay? I just want you guys to know that with if you fail 75 Hard, who gives a flying fuck? Not me, and hopefully not you, because it's a made up concept, and I'm pretty sure it was made up by men. Come on now. The reason why I failed is because I lost motivation after my life got really hard and it seemed like it was too hard to keep up with. And then once I missed a day, I wasn't starting over because that sucks to start over, right? So I just stopped. And I just don't think that, like, I think it helped with instilling the habit of working out in the mornings for me, and that's kind of it. I've already like been a breakfast eater, especially after I got out of treatment. I like do breakfast every day. That's kind of one of my like hard rules for myself. Breakfast every day, even if it's just like a protein shake or something. Put something in my body when I get up in the morning. You've been fasting for a lot of hours and your body needs to be replenished with food, water. I usually do some sort of warm liquid, coffee, tea, whatever it is, right? We talked about espresso last time, which is romantic if you ask me. Espresso is very romantic, so I guess I'm still romanticizing my life in some ways. Am I right? So yeah, I will say that 75 hard didn't do anything for me. It really didn't because I was already in the habit. Like I started working out a week, like every morning a week before I started 75 hard. Um, with 75 hard, you're supposed to do two workouts in a day, and I would do them both in the morning because I did a walk outside with my dog and I did a workout first thing in the morning at 5:30, 6 a.m. So, two 45-minute workouts a day. It was very easy for me to get in first thing in the morning. I couldn't get it in any other time. So, it didn't do anything for me. And I even didn't continue reading. And I thought if anything was going to stick, it was going to be that. But it really didn't. And to be real, it works for some people. But I think that a lot of people don't take into account like mental health and like things coming up and like changing things and making it really hard to focus and do what you set out to do and like finish your goals and everything. Um, when like life gets to fucking lifing, you know what I mean? So that's what happened, and I don't think I will be doing that again. I did talk last week about my 35 soft, which I will post in the show notes again. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna post in the show notes. It'll be on the blog post for April. I don't know when I'm gonna start it yet, but that'll be sad to you guys because I think it would be fun for us to do it together. So, if you guys want a recap of those rules for my 35 soft, which you can come up with any of your own, whatever feels good and works for your life, your family, and all of that, um, then do it and send them to me because I'm curious what everybody does for 35 days with me. That'd be so fun. So I won't be doing 75 hard again, but I will be doing 35 soft, which will be great. Um, so moving on, because we're talking about motivation here. Motivation is hard to find when everything feels like you're walking through sludge. I say sludge instead of quicksand because it really feels like quicksand feels like it's not, I'm not going to move. Like it feels like you're fucking like fully stuck. Sludge means like I'm moving, but I'm moving really slow. Like that one, oh gosh, this might be niche, but I don't know. There's an episode of like old school Scooby Doo, the cartoon, and there's like this swamp monster situation, and I feel like him. This is such a side note, but it's just because it just happened to me. Does anybody else deal with their septum ring and their nose ring, like if you have two hoops getting stuck together? Because I do, because this one doesn't have a ball on it. Because when I was in esthetician school, I had to take out all my piercings to do this electrolysis thing. And is that what it was called? I don't think that's what it's called. It's like some sort of zappy tool. Anyway, you're not supposed to have any metal, so I had to take them out for that. Total side note, but they just got stuck together, and it happens all the time. Like if I like itch my nose or something, sometimes it happens in my sleep, and that's fucking crazy. Not as much anymore because listen, having a CPAP makes it really hard to itch your nose, my guy. It's like unable to get to. But you know what? Sometimes I'm sleeping and I forget that I have it on, and I'll go to do that, and I'll just hit myself in the mask, like right square in the face. So, picture that. It's pretty funny, I'm sure. Someone has seen it. I don't know who. My dog, maybe. Anyway, moving forward. I don't even know where I was going. Oh, motivation. Okay, we were just talking about morning workouts and how I was working out before 75 hard, but they're so fucking hard. They're so hard because how are you guys getting up? Like, lately, okay, I wrote this outline probably a week and a half ago. Okay, so I'll tell you right now. Lately, my motivation has changed just slightly, a little bit. And I'm up every day. Now, there's a reason for that, and I will get into it later, so stay tuned to the end of this episode. But I could not, for the life of me, get the F out of bed, okay? I have a friend, her name is McKenna. Shout out to Buoy of Bend. If you guys follow that Instagram, if you don't, you should. Because that's the cutest puppy in the world, and she is, sorry to blast you, girl, but she is she's the human behind the camera, right? Anyway, I asked her advice because girl gets up at like 5 a.m. every single day. Every goddamn day. She gets up at 5 in the fucking morning. And I'm like, I can't. To be a part of the 5 a.m. club is a serious goal of mine, and I am a morning person to an extent, but like 5 a.m. feels daunting to me. That feels daunting, and I don't know how to be okay with waking up that fucking early. I love to sleep. I love to sleep, and finding the motivation to get out of my bed instead of hit snooze is crazy. My first alarm goes off at 5:30. I don't get out of bed until 6:30 most of the time. And depending on how tired I really am, because I've been having a hard time going to sleep, maybe even 7 or 7:30, and I'm still working my ass off to get everything done, and then I don't even have time to get ready for work. So it's just stressful. In the end of things, it's just stressful, and I just want to be able to get out of bed. Working out in the morning is hard, but it feels so good, and I just can't bring myself to skip it, even if I'm just stretching for 15 minutes. And then I take my dog on her walk every single morning because that's not for me. That's for her. The outside in the sun on my face and stuff, like that's for me, fresh air, but it's also for her, and she needs that time. And I love that one-on-one time with my girl, so I got to do it. But what sucks is that I get my one-on-one time with that girl, but then I'm rushing around my house trying to get ready, and I don't get any time to spend a nice slow morning with my girlfriend, which is something that I really enjoy and something that she enjoys as well, because then I work for 10 hours. I do that to myself because I am my own boss, but I work for 10 hours. So yeah, getting up early is hard and working out is hard to do first thing in the morning, but it's something that I just can't bring myself to skip anymore. And it's been difficult to like find the motivation to actually do it, but I've found it and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So just stay tuned, okay? I've got this outline written in a specific way and I'm going to follow it because when I jump around, I fuck myself up, okay? And then I am like, "Oh, I only recorded for 15 minutes cuz I just read that outline." I will not be doing that. Also, okay, camera is here, right? So for anybody who's on the video version, just want you to know, camera's here where I'm looking. There is where my mic is plugged in, and it has a little light on it, and I keep staring at it like that's the camera. And so I feel like this entire video I'm going to be like staring off into space, but whatever. We all know that people who are mentally ill like myself can't keep eye contact because it's uncomfortable, okay? Raise your hand if you understand what I'm talking about. No one? Cool. Um, Raise your hand in the comments because I really do feel alone in that. Nobody's in here to do that. So I need help with a lot of things, but also with not feeling alone or looking at that green light, I guess. I don't know. I just want to make sure I'm still like recording audio, you know? It's important. It's important. Anyways, back on track. Let's get near back on the track here. Another thing that's hard to do and like finding the motivation to do is clean my mother truck and house, okay? I have I like I like a relatively big house for like only two people, but we have two people and four animals. And so like the sweeping and the mopping and like the nitty-gritty of it all, cat boxes and shit, okay? It's hard to want to do all those things and then I'm like, "Oh, now my house is hairy." Or, "Oh, those cat boxes need to be cleaned because otherwise our house is gonna smell like cat shit." And I don't like that. And neither does Carter. So we've gotta have just it like we gotta do it, right? Got no choices. Um, those things when I say I have no choice, it makes it like a lot harder to do it. I think Carter calls that executive dysfunction. I don't know. It's like I make it a rule and then I'm like, fuck you, rules. I don't do those. My brain says, not for me. So I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, it's hard to do. And then I break down and have like a full like mental crisis. And then I do a little crisis averted because I've got a girlfriend that helps me out a lot. And then all of a sudden she's like, oh, shit. Yeah, you're stressed and you haven't said anything for a really long time. And how was I to know? But let me help you. Just ask for help. Oh, God. That's like the biggest thing. I don't know. Anyway, cleaning the house is hard. And I think that making I don't really know what to do about it. I don't know. We're gonna try and figure it out, you know, but like working together and like making a like chore chart or something like I'm a child is feeling like it's something I need to do. And like every day of the week I do a specific cleaning task, so it's always I'm always keeping up on it. You know? I think that that's the best way to do it and I just need to do that. But again, with this fucking I don't want to follow my own rules thing, like what is that? Does anybody else deal with that? I hope so, because again, I'm feeling very alone here. So there's nobody in here to tell me if they also deal with that. The next thing I have written down that's hard to find the motivation to do and keep up on is, and this is a niche thing. This is a niche thing, but if you're a business owner, you're going to understand. Work inventory and like all things keeping up with that. Like all the things that I have to do to keep up with my work inventory, including having the funds set aside always. Credit card payments have to be paid, which credit card payments have to be paid, but it's just annoying to have to do, right? And then doing inventory, God, doing inventory when you are a business owner means that you're not getting paid to work because I'm not paying myself to be clocked in somewhere to do the inventory and then order the supplies and then pay off the credit card that you ordered the supplies on. And then also we turn around and I have to do the office work of it. I've got to then input everything in to my spreadsheets so I don't have an issue during tax time. You know, it's, oh my God, that has to be like the worst thing. And Carter tries to help me with it. And it's just hard for me to even pass that off because it's so fucking disorganized right now that like, I know how to work it. I know how to work the disorganization of my own brain, but it's very hard to like help people through that and like remind them that that's like a thing that I do all the time and here's the instructions to it. Like it just doesn't the instructions to my brain. I wish people could just walk through it. Could just take a walk in my brain and understand what's going on. Cuz like I don't know how to explain what the fuck I'm dealing with and like how to I don't know how to explain my steps. My steps are only things that I understand and so pushing that off to somebody else and like asking for help is very very difficult. But I can't find the fucking motivation to do it until it's the last second and now I'm running out of shit. I can't run out of shit without my supplies. My job doesn't happen, you guys. Ugh. So it's one of those things where it's like it's hard to find the motivation to do it, but then I'm fucking myself in the end, right? It's such a catch. Like I say, it's a catch 22. Is that the right use of that? I don't even know. I should probably go back to school. I think. Um, the other thing that I have written down here, which is so real, is eating healthy and at home. At home is so hard to eat because I can't find the motivation to clean my house. I gotta clean my kitchen before I can make a meal. Once I clean my kitchen, I'm like, fuck that shit. I don't wanna make a meal now. I wanna go buy some food and sit down and watch a movie, which low key has been K pop Demon Hunters because I am, I have a hyperfixation movie. I'm 31 years old. My name is Kenzie. I'm 31 years old and I have an addiction to K pop Demon Hunters and the soundtrack. And I'm not afraid to admit it. Just saying. Um, so anyways, that's been difficult for me. I haven't been able to like I don't know. I just like haven't I can eat healthy. Eating healthy is not an issue for me. I like to eat healthy. And since I'm on my GLP-1, I can't eat fried foods and stuff because it like fully legitimately makes me sick and I have emetophobia if anybody wanted to know. And it's bad. And I hate it. Talking about vomiting ugh, makes me have anxious brain. It freaks me the fuck out, okay? Um So I do everything I can to make sure that I'm not making myself sick, but eating at home, that's the kicker. That's the kicker. I could save so much fucking money if I would just stop door dashing. I should delete that app. I should just delete that app because if I don't have the motivation to go drive somewhere to get something to eat, then I need to eat what's in my house. I have food here. I went grocery shopping. God, it's like literally what my mom used to tell me like, "Oh, can we get McDonald's on the way home?" And she's just like, "No, we have food at home." Yo, I should just keep listening to that because we have food at home. Moving on to the next little segment here of motivation because I'm not just going to tell you that I have a lack of motivation and not do anything to help, right? Because if you guys are dealing with these things, then I should take my own advice and we should do it together, probably. So the first thing that I have on my little list of tips is one snooze allowed and then get up. This is so fucking hard. Like, listen, I get it. You snooze your alarm one time, and then after that, you have no choices. Get your ass out of bed, right? I snooze my alarm in my sleep. I snooze my alarm in my sleep. Do you know what I had to do recently? Okay, so I recently like moved my side of the room around a little bit. And my phone, which my alarm is on the other side. It's kind of like far enough away that I have to kind of like get up and my dog's bed like sleep my dog's bed is next to me and I kind of have to like move around her to get to it. And so I have to like reach over her and like kind of like get up. So I have to like sit up to turn off my alarm and I'm still snoozing at least twice before I'm getting out of bed. Do you know who my alarm is right now? My alarm is my cat. He wakes me up at 6 or 6:30 every single day. He starts waking me up at 6 every day. For sure. I just find a way to ignore him. Um I gotta stop ignoring my babies, obviously. No, but it is a good tip. Like one snooze allowed. If I can get myself, I used to snooze probably 6 different times, which I'm sure that my girlfriend is over it because she wakes up to every goddamn alarm. That girl is a very light sleeper and she wakes up every single time my alarm goes off and I feel like an ass. So I gotta figure this out. Okay. One snooze and then get the hell up. I was doing this when I was doing 75 hard. I would have a snooze until my first one would go off at 5:30 and my second one would go off at 5:45 and I was up because I was committed to 75 hard. Um After 75 hard and not fully finishing it and like basically feeling like a failure until I talk myself out of it, I definitely just like don't go to bed on time. Um, Lately, like I said, it's been easier a little bit because I've been able to like, I kind of get up and like go grab my phone and then I pull it back into bed with me. That's the part that is not okay. But I can snooze that one time. If I pull it back into bed with me, that's my own fault that I'm not getting up. But anyway, so snooze one time and then get the hell up. It's very hard, but we can do it together. Um, Trying to clean one step at a time. Depression House and the reality of cleaning up after my own mental health. Not cute, but necessary. It's literally what I wrote down. Okay, so one step at a time. This is what I was talking about when I was talking about cleaning my house and like having a chore chart. Like every day of the week, there's something that I do. And then at some point, it all like becomes a routine and like this cycle that like you'll have like a weekly cycle of cleaning and like everything's always done at the end of it, you know? And then there's like things you have to do on the daily, like scooping the litter box or washing your used dishes for that day. Those are easy things, but like throughout the week, like deep cleaning the kitchen, sweeping and mopping the floors, and deep cleaning the bathrooms, and like all those like those things can be on a specific day of the week. They don't need to be all in one fucking day, and that's what I keep doing to myself. So one step at a time is the way to go. A chore chart at 31 years old is the way to go. I'm pretty sure I have ADHD. I'm going to talk to my doctor about that, but it would be nice to not deal with this like task dysfunction in my head all the fucking time. But I've been dealing with it for my whole life, so maybe it's fine. I don't know. Maybe it's fine. I did write Depression House and the reality of cleaning up after my own mental health. That shit is so real. So real. My whole life, I've always said, like, no, I don't have depression. I don't know what that feels like. Bro, you're psychotic. What do you mean you don't have depression? I don't have depression. I have been depressed. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like a clinical depression, but I do get depressed, especially seasonally, as the seasons change. And it doesn't matter if it's cold or not. I've said this so many times today, but seasonal depression does not mean just in the winter, okay? People need to remember that. I have seasonal depression all year round. Anytime the season changes, 4 times a year, at the very least, I'm going to be depressed for a couple weeks. Um, and it's something that I've learned to work through, and I've got a therapist, okay? Get yourself a therapist if you don't have one, because trust me, when you find the right one, that shit, it works. And it's worth it. So, anyways, anyway, you want to take it one step at a time. Cleaning up after your own mental health is not cute and it's discouraging because you look around and you're like, fuck, I let it get like this. I let it get this bad. I let myself get this bad. That this is what happened. And it can be really discouraging. So just be gentle with yourself. Journal about it, maybe. I don't know. That's my advice for that. I'm still figuring it out. I haven't figured it out. This is just, we need to take my advice together, right? We talked about this. The next thing I have on here is working for yourself and finding motivation to keep working out of the studio. So, this is pertaining to my inventory and all things that have to do with my personal like business owner stuff. So this can pertain to anybody who's a business owner, and also if you just have a standard freaking job, okay? Work life balance is so important. So for me, being my own boss, I definitely have a little bit of an advantage here, I would say, because I changed my schedule. So now I work 4 days a week instead of 5 days a week. And I don't know, I felt like I was being really hard on myself about it and being like, I'm not gonna be able to fit everybody in. I'm gonna have to work really long hours, like especially in the summertime, and because I work on the weekends. But I don't know, it felt necessary, and ever since I did it, things have changed immensely for me. Having 3 days is how everybody should live. That should be the standard work week. It should be 4 days off or 4 days on, 3 days off. It should be standard, instead of 5 days. Who invented the 5-day work week? I used to know the answer to this. Was it the Ford guy? Yes, I was right. Fuck you, Henry Ford. Ugh. The first 5-day, 40-hour work week in 1926, and then it's just stayed that way since 19 fucking 26. Like we haven't changed as human beings since 19 fucking 26, you guys. Listen, even back then, I don't think that was working for us. But especially now, as human beings, we have so much generational trauma pent up in our bodies and ancestral trauma pent up in our bodies and our spirit and all of the fucking like mental health that comes with all of that and the process of the world and everything. Listen, that's not realistic anymore. 19 fucking 26 is crazy. Oh my god. History is not my thing. so so I might have just made myself look really stupid, but I'm gonna keep it in because that's what this is all about. Am I right? Um, so that's the first thing I did. I changed my schedule to prioritize my mental health. The second thing I did was accepting help when it's offered. Like I said, this is really hard for me to do because handing over the chaos that is my brain to somebody who works well in an organized manner. Granted, the person that is asking me is trying to give me help is my girlfriend who is also neurodivergent in her own ways and understands my brain. So it works. And she can kind of decipher my chaos, which is great, but it's not like that all the time. I'm glad I don't need, like, if I had to hire an assistant or a bookkeeper or something like that, I'd be like, mm, like this has turned into a family business because because now Carter helps with things and I just, do her eyelashes and her waxes and it's fine. But I could never explain this to somebody else. But she has offered the help and I am trying my best to let my guard down and let her fucking help me because I need it. And also, on the other hand of accepting help, asking for help, I think I just talked about this with the house cleaning thing. Like I will get I will get overstimulated, so fucking overwhelmed, have a mentee be hard, and then I will ask for help. After I don't even need to ask for help anymore because whoever I just vented to, my girlfriend, always, I literally don't I literally don't do this to anybody else. I call her, oh my god, example. Here's a story time for you. One day, I was having a really bad morning and it was also a really bad week and like my mental health was crazy and the stress felt like it was gonna literally squash me into the ground like a bug. It's really what it felt like. And my lovely girlfriend always buys me coffee, especially when I'm feeling like ass. She gets me this coffee. I'm like, oh my god, this is making my literal day. You're the best person to exist in the world. And then I forgot it. I look down in my car to go and grab it to take a drink of it on the way to work, and it's not there. When I tell you guys, was I lost my shit. My immediate reaction to things is anger. Tell me you have BPD without telling me you have BPD. My immediate reaction to things is anger, which honestly is maybe not even only BPD. It's just the easiest emotion for the human brain to feel in a time like without process. You know what I mean? It just happens. So yeah, I freaked out on my way to work, called her, and I wasn't even crying. I wasn't even crying. I was just pissed, right? She answers the phone, and like immediately upon her answering the phone, I hear her sweet little voice, and I just start crying. I forgot my coffee at home. I was so upset. I was so upset, and then it spiraled into I forgot my coffee at home. I need to clean the house. I need help cleaning the litter boxes. I need I need this. I need that. And it was unloading. All of a sudden, I'm just unloading on this poor freaking girl. Like, I'm so lucky. I will say I'm so lucky. But um, then later, I like get to work. I'm starting my first client. She brings me my coffee because she's an angel, and like a work supplies thing that I forgot. which I realized after the fact. So she brought me everything that I needed, and then I texted her and I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to unload on you. I do need help with these specific things. Like, I'm so sorry I didn't ask sooner. I should learn to ask beforehand or whatever. And she's like, I already did them. It's like, what? Okay. She had already done them. So asking for help, moral of the story, ask for help before you lose your shit. That's what I have to say about it. Um, I'm still learning that one because that was, I think, last month that happened. So, still learning that one, and none of us are perfect. We're gonna figure it out as we go. That's what we're doing. What are we even doing? We don't even know, but we're figuring it out. That's all that matters. That's our slogan, you guys. What are we even doing? We don't even know. We're figuring it out. The next one is pertaining to eating healthy and at home. And I wanted to give a cute little, like, easy recipes thing. Lately, I've been kind of obsessed with Korean food. I have a pretty major hyperfixation with Korean food right now. So, I'm doing a lot of that. But I wrote down a couple weeks ago a couple of little recipes I think are easy, and you can make high protein, low cal. You can make high protein, high fiber. You can make it not good for you all if you want. I don't know. Whatever you feel like doing. You could just use candy. I don't know. I don't know. The first one is snack plates, which is why I say this, because snack plates are kind of one of those things that have like gone viral. There's the savory girl snack plate, which I'm not a fan of that savory girl, I don't think. I don't know much about the situation, to be real. I didn't look into it a lot, but I think she's disappeared. I don't see her online anymore. If you know what I'm talking about, you know, but it's kind of like if you know, you know, then whatever. But anyways, the snack plates are good. So, a savory girl snack plate, the what's her name? Tiffany something. She does that snack plate with the chicken sausage and like the cottage cheese and mustard thing, which is oddly good, you guys. I just want you to know. That snack plate is really good. It's basically what you would describe as, like, to me, it's girl dinner or like charcuterie on a plate, to be to be real. Charcuterie on a plate. Yeah, which is where it should go. Well, no, I guess it goes on like the wooden boards or whatever. Um, so snack plates are a great option. Something that I find is really easy is getting those like chicken sausages. I like the one that starts with an A, Ardell, I think, Ardell, something like that. Those are my favorite kinds. But chicken sausage, I just throw that shit in the air fryer, and you can pair it with anything. You can pair it with any side. I get like a microwaved bag of this, like, it's, what is it? Quinoa and then brown and red rice, and it's roasted garlic flavor. But you just like you let it vent, you put it in the microwave for 90 fucking seconds, and then you have that on the side. You have that with your chicken sausage, and that can be a meal. But you can also add like a canned veg if you want to. You could add a raw veg. You could add no veg. I don't know. You I think you should probably have fiber in there a little. So maybe something like fibrous. I don't know. Um that's so chicken sausage to me is kind of like a staple to have in my house because I'm like, I don't want to eat anything. Oh wait, this is really easy. Air fry. Okay, go. And like I could just only eat that. I could do both. I could do two. I do two, and I have like fun little dips and like a pickle spear because I'm just a girl. And that's it, you know, and that's easy to do, and it's at home, and it's like relatively healthy. It's not quite inflammatory. It's not quite anti-inflammatory, but it's also like, what do you do? We're not always perfect, you know. Nobody's perfect. You know, Hannah Montana. Am I right? Oh my God, who watched the Hannah Montana documentary? And mm, hot take, it was disappointing. I was disappointed. I'm just saying. The other thing that I have here is it says planning is so hard, but do it and stick to it. I still haven't figured this out yet. It's true. Carter's really good at planning meals, and I'm not. And then when I don't want to do it, I don't do it. I'm kind of hard to deal with. So kudos to her for figuring it out all the time. But I will say that when we do plan our meals, it's really hard to stick to it and find the motivation to cook. So um, I think it's just getting in the habit. Have a meal plan, stick to it. Maybe only cook like 3 times a week and have leftovers for the other times, and like one day you eat out. That sounds good, right? You have a meal, you have the leftovers. You have a meal, you have the leftovers. You have the meal, you have the leftovers. And then you eat out at the end of the week, like a little reward or something. I don't like to use food as a reward system, but that one might be necessary. I don't know. So that's what I got to say about that, I guess. Okay. Do workouts that you actually like. This one is pertaining to workouts are so hard because they are. Workouts are so hard because it's in the morning. Okay, I was telling you guys. Okay, so lately it hasn't been as hard for me to wake up because I've been taking my own advice. So I think you guys should also take my advice right now. When you wake up in the morning and you're like, fuck, now I have to go move my damn ass body, like that sucks. I don't want to do that. I want to lay in bed and sleep and snuggle. Like, why am I moving? So something that I do personally is I will um write out my own workout splits. I go on I go on TikTok or like do my own little research with like just online nutritionists and personal trainers and stuff, and I will come up with a workout split. Now, I have a 6-month workout split right now. I think I'm doing it for 6 months. Let's just check because I don't actually know if that's true. I had one that was for 6 months recently that I finished. I didn't necessarily finish it, but I wrote it a very long time ago. And so I'm like, I don't know. I just feel, there we go. Yeah, it is for 6 months. It's core and lower back. So it's basically my like trunk, and then my lower back is really weak. So I'm trying to work on that as much as I possibly can because it hurts so bad, especially around my menstrual cycle. So I'm trying to strengthen that a little bit, stretch it out, figure out what the hell's going on down there, decompress my own back. Anyways, so I find that writing a workout split that you actually are excited to do is key. Like for me, doing this split, I've only been doing it for 2 weeks, and I have already seen changes and I've already felt changes. I've seen and I felt them. And I think that's like that's what makes me excited to keep doing it because obviously like the work is paying off. And it feels really good. So writing a workout split that you actually like. And you don't have to write your own. I just find that writing my own for my own body works the best because of PCOS. And how like specific you have to be with like cortisol and all of the it's really annoying. And I'll get into it in my PCOS episode, I'm sure. But um for now we'll just leave it at that. I have to be kind of particular. So me writing my own is the reason why that happens. Now, if you're not like that and you want to do like a 60-day challenge or something, like I have morning walks, Pilates, and slow morning yoga. All of those things are things that I like to do and I get excited about. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do, I think it's Pilates with Tiffany. And she's got like all of these different challenges. And then I have a yoga girl that I watch online. Just like on YouTube, and she's fantastic too. And she does all of this yoga for like strengthening your pelvic floor and cycle syncing yoga, which is again something that I will talk about in my PCOS episode. So we'll leave that there. But I'm just getting you guys ready and like buttered up for that episode because it's going to be juicy and full of info. So if you're into that kind of thing, stay tuned for a couple weeks. Just saying. Um, yeah, so the other thing that I have written down on here is the morning walks, like I said. Just I don't know, you guys, just doing things that feels good to do. And like I said, it's been a little bit easier for me to get out of bed lately because I moved all my shit around. And I do my morning walk not for me, for my dog. I don't do it for me anymore. Lately, I've been doing a morning walk Lately, I've been doing a morning walk on my treadmill to, um, and that's been like something. I have like a walking pad. It's not a treadmill. I got a walking pad for Christmas from my grandma because she pulled my name in our Secret Santa. How fucking rad! She got me a whole ass walking pad. I think it's sick. I use it all the time. Um, just like plug it in and watch TV for. You can watch a whole ass movie and just walk. And that's like all you need to do. I don't know. It's so good for you. I think I'll do that today, probably, while I'm editing. Um, anyway, so I have been like walking for myself lately. So just like doing things that feel good for you, I think is the way to like continue working out. I'm still figuring this shit out. I do not know what the hell I'm doing. So I'm still trying to figure it out, and nothing is ever going to be perfect. And there's always going to be room to grow. So right now, we're just trying to figure out the growing pains, trying to work through the ones we have right now, and then we'll work through the ones that come next. And so we don't need to stress it. The reality here is that no one is perfect, just like our Lord and Savior, Hannah Montana, said. And none of this will be fixed overnight, like we just talked about. So I'm we will fall backwards, and we will forget to ask for help, and we will burn the fuck out, but that doesn't mean that we failed. It does not mean that we failed, and we will continue to prevail. We're gonna move forward, and we're gonna figure it out, and that's all that matters. So, I'm thinking after this episode airs, you guys should check the What Am I Even Doing Instagram and TikTok accounts, and um, follow my personal TikTok because we will be starting our 35 soft after this. It was so good talking to you guys today. I had a great time talking about motivation and how to work through things and to not overly romanticize our lives because it ruins things. We don't always have to be pretty perfect. We never have to be pretty and perfect, actually. It's not even a requirement of life. So just remember that. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Love ya. Bye.